Every planting day has its own challenge, has its own specification, has its own need. What you do when you are planting capsicum is different from what you do when you're planting spinach is what you do from when you're planting cabbages. But there's some things that all the crops that you do usually share. One is before you transplant, you need to water. As you can see on the fire edge there is a place that I'm watering. That is area that I did capsicum. That is after transplanting. I'm doing that. The starting fertilizer, the manure, those are things that are common. But now, the things that are not common when it comes to different crops is the spacing. Different crops have different spacing. Well, the spacing in capsicum is different from spacing in cabbage, is different from spacing in spinach. And today, we are doing a portion of spinach, a very small portion, not a big one. We are coming to the commercial one very soon. But due to a demand, I decided to do this. And as usual, I'm very keen when it comes to spacing because in my case, I do numbers more than the size of the land. I usually know I have 10,000, I usually know I have 5,000, I usually know I have 20,000 in my section, rather than saying I have 2 acres of land or I have a quarter of land. So the spacing is the only guide that can tell you the numbers, and so that when you're working on your fertilizer regime, when you're working on your sprays, you work as per the numbers. Somebody was asking what guides me to know the kilograms of fertilizers to use. It's because of the numbers. Because I know a plant is supposed to take 15 grams, is supposed to take 10 grams, is supposed to take 20 grams. Now, from there, I calculate and I know the fertilizers to use. So, talking of the numbers, I've already done a small section here where I've done the holes where I will be transplanting my spinach. I'm not doing fallows because of my system of irrigation. As you can see behind me, I'm doing the overhead irrigation, the sprinkler irrigation, even the sound itself, the track sound itself behind me, or the track sound in this video. I can tell you that there is overhead irrigation that is taking place. That is what I'll be using to irrigate on this section. On the other section, they have not come up well, but we've done kales, we've done collard and skuma. We will also be doing cabbages. That is a class of another day, but today I want to show you how to have good spacing, how to transplant your spinach and be a better farmer. So I've already measured. This is my stick that I'm using to measure the spacing. It's 40 centimeters, a feet, let's say a feet and a half, 40 centimeters from one plant to the other. That is what I'm using inter-row and intercrop. I've already, in the holes that I did, I've already done that. Now I'm using it to measure the interrow. That is what is important because I'm following the systematic pattern of what I've done on the upper side. So this is how I make my holes, not very deep. If you are doing the manure, you can make them deeper. I make my hole this way. So it's as simple as that. Very simple, very simple. So you make it as simple as this. You can decide not to do the holes like I'm doing. You can do the beds for those who are doing drip irrigation. You can do the fallows, those who are doing furrow irrigation. Also, you can decide to plant directly without holes. Also, those who are doing sprinkler irrigation. But in my case, I usually prefer doing the holes. So these holes are 40 centimeters from one hole to the other, and from one row to the other. That is the spacing that I'm using. So it's this simple. As simple as this. What is guiding me are the holes that I did on the upper part. That is what is guiding me. So don't think I'm doing any magic here. That's how simply I do my holes. That's how simply I calculate my spacing. So from here, I bring the irrigation, water the whole section, do the transplanting, water again, and the journey of spinach farming start from there. The class start from there. So that's the starting point. Hope you are learning. Let's go to the next step and see how it's done. After irrigation, after the land has been irrigated, we go to our main point, which is planting. Planting day. Yes, within the holes, remember, at a spacing of 40 by 40, within the irrigation, and now we are into our main thing, which is planting. With me are overgrown seedlings. Yes, they overtook me because of some few activities here and there. They were to be transplanted like a week and some days ago, but now they are overgrown and they are our seedlings. We cannot throw them away. We have to plant. We are farmers, so we have to deal with everything that comes our way. So our first step, we go very quick before the seedlings now start producing the leaves to the market, because if we continue talking, the seedling will continue overgrowing. So don't wait until they are at this stage. I drop the seedling that way. So I come dropping the seedling. That's my first step. After after watering and making sure the area is well watered, I drop the seedlings. The seedlings are supposed to be dropped this way. Drop them that way. Aha, dropping the seedlings, dropping them that way. Okay, dropping the seedlings. Every planting point need a seedling, every planting point. So make sure they are well dropped. Make sure you drop them very well. Every seedlings here counts. So we drop them. Even the smallest one, the ones that are not overgrown, we drop them. We drop them. So after dropping your seedlings, let us assume you've dropped the whole farm. After dropping your seedlings, there is something I need you to be to check and to look at. You hold your seedlings this way. Make a small hole and place your seedlings. Have you seen how I'm doing it? Place your seedlings that way. Hold your seedlings. With these overgrown seedlings now with such a root, we cut the tip of the root, make a hole and place the seedling. There is no placing the stem of the seedling, please. Another one, this one is okay. You make a hole and place the seedling. Place it upright, make a hole and place the seedling upright. Make sure they are upright placed. Make a hole and place the seedling. That's how they are supposed to be done. Make a hole and place the seedling. Some books, I've seen some books telling us that we are supposed to place the stem of the seedling Why should we place the same of the seedling and we want this seedling to grow vibrous, to have a vibrous growth? We want the seedlings to grow well, and we want it to produce as many leaves as possible. And without a good root network, it's not going to grow. And also that brings in the issue of transplanting shock, because if the seedlings cannot get water through its roots, that means it can easily die. So this is how we do them. Like this one, it has a um, very long root, so we cut it that way and we place the seedling. This one, we just place the seedling that way. We cut, we place the seedling. We cut, we place the seedling. These are two. Let me plant them all. No problem. We place our seedlings that way. We place them that way. With the one with a long root, because it's overgrown, we place them that way. We place them that way. Yes, that's how simple we plant our seedlings. After that, we do the overhead irrigation again. Those who are doing the drip, we do irrigation. And those who are doing furrow, you repeat what you did. And a point to note here, during planting, we use planting fertilizers, we use manure. Those who will go for manure, uh, you use 1 handful, 2 handful, 3, even 10. Use as much manure as possible. The manure is for the soil, not for the plant. The soil will release the nutrient to the plant. And those who are combining both the planting fertilizer and the manure, the best. For the fertilizers, we do a phosphorus based fertilizer, and among these fertilizers, one is DAP or NPK 2323. Those are the fertilizers we use for transplanting. And please note, it's a phosphorus based fertilizer and it comes with nitrogen in it. Obviously, it's not phosphorus alone. So you buy that and it's good for your plant, especially for the root development for this young seedling, and also for the stem and the leaf development. We are after leaves, so we need to make them very healthy root network, healthy stem, and as many leaves as possible. If it is your first time you're watching me, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you have a question, don't forget to leave it on the comment section so that we can continue learning together. Bye.